Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's, where the animatronics move when you're not looking and the screams never stop. What started as an indie horror game in 2014 quickly became a worldwide phenomenon, spawning sequels, books, a hit movie, and one of the most dedicated fan communities in gaming. And today, we're driving headfirst into the world of Five Nights at Freddy's with two incredible fans who have brought some of the most terrifying animatronics to life.
I am here with these incredible Five Nights at Freddy's cosplays. Look at this. This is blowing my mind right now.
I always come back.
Ahoy! That's amazing. I didn't even realize you had like soundboards in there as well. Okay, you guys have to tell me everything about that. Let's start with this one and then we'll move on. Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's mostly foam, EVA foam. The only thing that I printed was the head, so I printed that on a 3D printer, and it took about 3 months. This is actually the second head that I've made.
Wow.
I've made two. The first one was really uncomfortable.
Right.
So I made another one, and this one is way more comfortable.
I can see all sorts of other things going on here. So you've got animatronics in here and sound.
So
tell me about that.
There's servos with an Arduino, and that's how the eyes are moving. There's all sorts of miscellaneous wires like all over my body. Some of it's like plumbing tubing, some of it's fidget toys. Anything that looked like it would be in an old animatronic, I put in here.
The shoes foam as well?
Yeah, these are foam. The guts around the shoes are pantyhose that are covered in latex and then painted. I actually fine-tuned real life, but the shoes add like 4 inches. And then the whole thing with the head on is like 6'10", 6'1", excluding the ear, yeah.
Yeah, because your head's coming up to under the level of the eyes, right? Yeah. That's where your head is.
Yeah, and seeing through the mouth.
There we are, right in there.
Uh-huh.
Tell me about these incredible hands that you got here.
Yeah, so these are trigger bolts. You can get them just at a hardware store or wherever. And basically, they will pull down if you pull a string or something, but so it snaps back up. So that's how I'm able to get them to move. On either hand, I have them.
That's great. And those are connected to like kind of pulls for your fingers?
String, and then I have little hooks on the string that my fingers slide into. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. All right, I'm going to come over to, it's Foxy, right? I'm slightly terrified right now. So tell me about this. That's a... That is sticking out in front of your face a long way. Was that like a foot and a bit in front of your face?
Yeah, about. I made the face really like long, but like not too long because I didn't want it to look like proportionally weird. I wanted it to look right, but yeah, he's got a really long muzzle, and so it's kind of weird and funny trying to maneuver it around people, especially when they're like super close to me, because sometimes I'll turn and like hit somebody with my face. It's kind of funny.
That's crazy, and I love the, I'm going to call them dealy bopper ears that you've got moving around.
Yeah, they're just, so the whole upper head is polyfoam, and the ears are polyfoam as well, and they're light enough that I was able to put them on some heavy-duty springs. And so when I just shake my head around, they just move around and bounce, and I love it so much.
That's really, really cool, and I'm loving the finish on this. So there's this material type finish. Tell me about how you've done that.
Yeah, so my whole entire suit is polyfoam, which is the head, and then the rest is all EVA foam. From about the thighs up, it's covered in fabric. So the red is all felt. And then to make it look dirty and all that stuff, I took black paint on a sock and just rubbed it into the surface. And then my like pelvis piece and then my thighs, that's faux leather to mimic like the look of his pants. And same thing, I just dirtied them up with some black paint on a sock, and that was it.
It looks really, really good. And these shoes are massive.
Yes, they are. I got some big feet. I'm standing on about 2-inch platforms. I wanted to make Foxy really tall and really intimidating. So I thought adding extra height would help with that.
Yeah, it worked.
Thank you.
Tell me about the smoke effect that you've got.
Yeah, so I've got a few different special effects in my costumes. I've got glowing eyes, I've got smoke, and then I've got a voice box too. The smoke, so the box sits in my chest piece, but the cable to turn it on is all the way down in my hook.
Right,
So I have the button and I'm just clicking it in the hook and it just turns it on.
That's
and
amazing.
It's really cool, yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
How long have you been doing this?
So I've been in the into the hobby of cosplaying since I was about 9, which I'm 19 now, so about 10 years. But up until recently, I had discovered EVA foam, I want to say maybe about 3-4 years ago, and I have never looked back. It's like one of my favorite, it literally is my favorite material ever to work with. Same thing with the polyfoam. It's so easy to work with, and it's a very forgiving material, and I love it so much.
Well, you've done an incredible job with it. Say you're talking to somebody that's thinking about getting into cosplay, what would you tell them? Somebody that's, I don't know, maybe a little nervous, not sure it's for them. What would you say?
I would tell them to go all in. Like, just pick a character that you want to make or you want to dress up as, and just go for it. Like, you have a whole community of people who are there to back you up, and like, I've met some of my greatest friends, like some of my best friends ever doing this hobby. And I would just say go for it, because once you do, you'll never look back. It's an amazing experience, and meeting all kinds of new people and getting to express your creativity. It's really awesome.
What got you into cosplay?
YouTube, actually. So I always loved dressing up as a kid, like on Halloween, and I would just wear, like, you know, costumes around my house, and oftentimes they were store-bought. And like one day I just decided, I had a bunch of cardboard lying around, and I was like, hey, I want to try actually making something this time instead of just buying it. So I took all kinds of cardboard boxes that my dad had, cut them up, and I turned it into a stormtrooper costume.
That's
and
awesome.
That's what really started it for me, because I felt like a total badass wearing it, even though it was a total hack job being put together. You know, it's a 9-year-old kid building this stuff, so it didn't look the best, but that's what really sold on the hobby for me. And then YouTube, like, I was Googling how to do things better, and all kinds of YouTube channels came up, and I just watched all these people make this stuff, and I'm like, you know what? That's what I want to do, and I never looked back.
That's amazing. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that as well. That's super cool. What got you into cosplay?
Oh goodness, I think just seeing people online, and then also I have been making like Halloween costumes for a long time, and when I found out that you can make costumes and wear them to things other than like wearing them on Halloween, I was like, yeah, I want in. And then it progressed from there.
That's awesome. It is nice to know that there is a place you can go when it's not Halloween to dress up as something as crazy as you want, and you're welcome to do it.
Yes, it's so fun. And anyone can do it. If you don't think you can do it, I promise you can.
These cosplay creations are truly inspiring, as are their creators. And if this conversation got you as excited as it did me about cosplay and creativity, hit the subscribe button. And check out these videos to get your creative fix and geeky inspiration.